What is going on, Colts Nation? Well, after a few days of not a whole lot going on with Colts since I think it was Saturday or so, Friday, Saturday, the Colts now have made their next move in free agency, and this time they add to their wide receiver room. They fill the void that was left when Paris Campbell went to the New York Giants. They sign former Buffalo Bill wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie. And McKenzie, only 5'8", 180 pounds roughly, and he's going to kind of fill that void, right, of that slot position. We all knew it was kind of a need for the Colts. McKenzie's a guy that, he wasn't super involved his first couple of years with the Buffalo Bills. He was there for 4 years, and this year was the most that he was involved by far. I mean, this is the year in 2022 with Buffalo that he had over 50 targets. I mean, the previous years, I guess even over 40 targets. I mean, the second closest year was 2019. He had 39 targets. Last year, he had 65, and he caught 42 balls, 423 yards, 4 touchdowns, and set his career high in yards per reception. So he's kind of a different wide receiver than what the Colts currently have in their wide receiver room. More of that speedster kind of guy that gives the Colts a little bit more what they need, a different kind of skill set at their wide receiver position. And overall, it's not like McKenzie's not like a DeAndre Hopkins kind of player, kind of impact player, but I think he's a solid addition to this wide receiver room. He's more of a veteran guy in there. And I think he's going to be a nice weapon of whoever the Colts decide to bring in at quarterback. And he's going to maybe he gets some looks at the return game as well. But I just think that definitely helps just overall with the wide receiver need. Obviously, the Colts still don't have really that guy that takes the top off the defenses right now, but I think Isaiah McKenzie offers a different skill set for what the Colts need, and it's probably going to be. Let me see if the numbers have come out yet from Isaiah McKenzie's deal here with Indy, but I do think overall it's a nice move here for Indianapolis, and it's kind of that change of pace type of wide receiver. You can use him in a lot of different ways, right? Kind of like how you could use Paris Campbell. You can kind of use him from the slot, obviously. You can use him on end around, sweeps, those sorts of things. Just really kind of give a jolt to your offense if need be. I mean, the concern obviously is the size, only 5'8". That is obviously the huge thing with McKenzie, but overall, I do think it is a solid move overall for the Colts. And I think maybe wide receiver, while I still think the Colts maybe might want to consider addressing it at some point in the draft, I do think for me it solidifies with this signing. The Colts are probably, in my opinion, going to go cornerback at round 2. With that high second round pick, and then maybe they add a wide receiver, looked at another guy maybe round 3. But I do think this maybe pushes wide receiver down just below corner as the number 2 need for the Colts. Obviously, when you lose a guy like Paris Campbell, who did what he did for this Colts offense last year, and you replace a guy with McKenzie, who has the last couple of years, he's only missed 1 game a year. Where Paris Campbell, this is really his first year that he made the full season, and so McKenzie's been pretty durable in his time with Buffalo, and hopefully he can be the same here with Indianapolis, right? Because we all know the best ability is availability, and McKenzie's been available. He just hasn't been given a lot of opportunities until last year with Buffalo, obviously behind Stephon Diggs and behind all the other guys there in that wide receiver room as well. So, guys, let me know your overall thoughts here on the Indianapolis Colts signing wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie to kind of fill that slot number 3 wide receiver role that was left when Paris Campbell obviously left for New York. So that'll do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.